Kill Load for the win here, bringing you guys a different type of video today. Actually, you guys have been asking for quite a while now if I could show how to farm efficiently and just really quick and easily. Now, this is not just any, just me farming, like I say, farming to max out Town Hall 10. This is me farming where I'll actually just go for the collectors only, and I'll actually drop cups, and it doesn't matter whether I win or lose the battle. So, as you can see here, I dropped a total of 27 troops, I believe 28 troops of my own troops and my heroes, and that was very cheap, and I actually got about 200,000 in loot there from that. So, that actually enabled me to jump straight into another raid and be able to get more loot from it. So, I could have a really strong army, right? And, I could find a base with a lot of loot, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have to use my whole entire army. Whenever I actually only drop troops on the collectors, it's actually going to save me elixir. It's going to save me a great deal of time to actually build these troops to actually get more loot with. So this is just this is some behind the scenes farming basically for you guys. Like, as you can see on this raid, I'm going to get over 260k in loot, and it was really just with little to no effort here. As you can see, I'm going to draw my archer queen. I don't even want to use any more infantry. I'm going to use her ability, and she's basically going to be able to get the rest of the loot, and I'm going to end up with like 300k in loot. So that's pretty freaking awesome, considering I barely used any loot on that. And there I can finally load my xbows, and so yeah, let me know if you guys would actually like to see more videos like this in the future. It's been requested for quite a while now, but it's been kind of iffy to actually record these gameplays and to actually edit them all into one big montage. It's been kind of weird to actually do that. I've never really gotten around to doing it. So now I finally am doing it, and hopefully you guys actually do enjoy. As you can see here, I had a giant and wizard strategy, but I didn't want to waste this big army once again if I could tell that most of his loot was actually only going to be in his collectors. So that's all that I'm actually going to go for. Now, I'm not saying to do this, to search for bases like this 100% of the time. I'm saying to search for bases with a ton of loot all the time, but whenever you find a base where you can get more than 50% or about 50% of the loot, if it's 400k, and you can tell that you can obviously get like 50 to 75% of the loot just from his collectors, then you're going to want to go ahead and go for it. A prime example is those collectors on the top right there. You can tell that they're full. The gold one, you can tell because there's gold actually to the right stacked up. So that means that there's actually going to be a lot of gold in that collector, and it's going to be really easy to actually go for it because it's outside of his walls. So I didn't actually have to break through any of his walls. I didn't have to kill his heroes. I didn't have to do anything of that, of that nature. It was just really simple to raid this guy. So now I'm contemplating on going for any more of the loot. I don't see any reason for it. I'm still going to get just under 400k, and I didn't even use half of my army on it. That was a little bit more expensive. Usually I don't use an army with wizards, but that was pretty random actually. This one's going to be a bit easier. As you can see, I'm going to go in with some some goblins, some barbarians, and some archers. Now, I will tell you guys that this is actually a lot easier at Town Hall 9 or at Town Hall 8 and so forth. Because you're going to be finding easier bases. B, because the loot penalty, as you can see, I'm attacking a Town Hall 9er here, and I would be able to get a significant amount more of loot if it was a Town Hall 10er, and I was getting an even loot, or even if I was getting a loot bonus, I would definitely be able to get a lot more loot out of this. But since he is of a lower Town Hall than me, it makes it a little bit harder to do this, but I still do it because it still works, and it still is fun and is entertaining for me. So as you can see here, I was pretty low on troops. I probably had nothing but hog riders left. So I'm just going to draw my queen and go for one more collector and go ahead and end the battle. So as you can see there, again, up to 240k. I lost the battle, but I barely used any troops at all in order to win. And it was just really simple, really quick. I could just go ahead and jump straight into the next raid. As you can see there, just a few minutes later, I raided. I probably took a little break, I probably could have raided faster, obviously. It was like a 16-minute break in between, but still at the same time, I saved myself a lot of elixir, which I desperately needed at Town Hall 10. So yeah, same thing here. We're just going to go in and go for this guy's collectors. Really easy, really simple. And yeah, just recommend that you guys do this from time to time. Don't constantly go for bases to 3-star, you know. You guys know that on my channel, I do 3-star a lot of bases. Like, the majority of the raids that you see are probably me 3-starring bases. But, you know, this is, like I say, this is behind the scenes farming / dropping cups here. And this is a way to farm loot very efficiently and very quickly. So, like I say, you don't want to do this all the time. You're just going to want to do this whenever you can get away with it. Don't specifically search for this, but if you happen to stumble upon raids like this where you can tell their loot is outside, then go ahead and go for it. I mean, you can even, what you can do is you don't even have to kill their heroes. You could drop, say I could drop 1 barb at the top of the base and distract the barb king, and in the meantime, I can go ahead and draw my troops on the other side, so I don't have to go through, you know, killing the barb king, nothing like that. You see, I'm just completely ignoring his barb king, and I'm still able to get all of this guy's loot. So another dead giveaway is that his actual storages look completely empty and his collectors look like at least halfway full. So that's a dead giveaway that this is a farmable base. Here again, I'm going to use my queen's ability and go ahead and get the rest of the loot. Again, over a 200k raid, only used about less than like 50 troops. So really, really simple and really, really easy to get loot. Still, I can still even do this at Town Hall 10. So that just goes to show most of you guys are probably not Town Hall 10. You're probably of lower Town Halls. So yeah, I've seen where people would find bases with like 600k in loot, and all their collectors and stuff would be outside, and they would just, you know, completely 3-star the base. Now, I mean, you can do that if you want to, but like I say, it's not really necessary. You can just go for the outskirt buildings, use half your army or less, a quarter of it, a fifth of it, and you can still, you know, if you're able to get all the loot, then you're definitely winning. And yeah, I mean, unless you're going on a trophy push, this is a great way to farm and to get your loot up. And yeah, this is why I have so many level 9 walls, because I've done stuff like this ever since I figured it out, ever since I started actually watching YouTube videos and realized that cups actually don't really matter whenever it comes down to it. At the end of the day, if you have, you know, 1,000 more cups than me, I don't really care. It's not really significant to me. Maybe whenever I do go on a trophy push soon in the near future, obviously it will matter, but still at the time being, I don't really care. I'm going to take these freebie bases all day, every day. And yeah, here's a Town Hall 8er. As you can see, his collectors are just super full, so I'm just going to go for those. As you can see, I do have 32 Hog Riders. Now, it would be a huge waste to actually use all those Hog Riders on this guy's base, seeing as how I don't need to at all. I can get all his loot without even doing that. So I'm actually saving myself a lot of time, a lot of trouble, and a lot of dark elixir to enable to do in order to actually get the loot here. So here I'm gonna actually have to go through one of this guy's walls to get to the rest of the loot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a Hog Rider to distract a couple barbarians and a few archers. I may or may not be able to actually get all of the loot on this guy. This guy's base was a little bit trickier. Like I say, it's a lot harder at Town Hall 10 because I'm at a higher trophy range. You'll find less bases like this at Gold 2 and stuff like that. This is definitely your best bet to find bases like this is going to be in Silver 1 and in Gold 3. Now, I can't go down there anymore because I'll waste, you know, hundreds of thousands of gold, you know, just amounts of gold on just searching alone. So yeah, I have to stay in Gold 2 for now, but yeah, it still works out pretty well, and I can still find bases like this fairly consistently. As you can see there, only 60 troops that I actually use, maybe even less, because I think I use my clan castle troops there. And yeah, I just got like 300k in loot on that one. Here I'm going to drop a clan castle pekka and just let this guy go to work. As you can see, he's going to go one way, so I'm going to drop a couple wizards on the other side, but they should be good to go ahead and get the rest of this guy's elixir. Now, as you can see here, I do have a good amount of gold already, a lot more gold than I did elixir, and I needed elixir a lot more because I was trying to max out my army camps. So I was only going to go for the elixir on this one. Myself, I only had to drop like 3 wizards out of my army camp, and I profited, you know, like 140,000 elixir. So it's definitely a huge success in my opinion. It took 2 seconds. I was ready to go straight into another raid and go wipe somebody. So yeah, like I said, there's no point in go wiping somebody whenever you could get all their loot from right outside of their base, and you don't have to waste that big army and all that time and everything and effort like that. So on this guy, I'm going to go ahead and draw my Barbarian King and use his ability just because that he can tank a little bit and distract, and he doesn't actually cost me anything as well. He's free to use. I don't really care if he dies right now because I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the loot with these wizards. So on that one, I did use about 50 or so army space in troops, but it was still very, very worth it. Now here, I'm going to give you guys a little bonus raid. This is a pretty solid sized raid. It's like over 700k, like 750k I believe. So almost 800k actually, and about 5,000 dark elixir, which is pretty insane. So this is what you want to do. You want to go in with a strong army all the time. You want to leave some extra guys aside in case you want to drop cups like I did, you know, the past 10 raids or so. But whenever you do find a big army like this, you want to be prepared to go ahead and 3-star them. So that's why I'm running with all these hogs, and I keep a couple goblins, a couple archers, and you know, my clan castle troops just in case I want to drop cups and farm. But on this guy, I'm definitely going to have to go in and go with all of my hog riders, even probably close to all my healing spells, and going with everything that I've got to go ahead and 3-star this guy's base. So this is farming as well. This is just what I was doing here was searching for bases with a lot of loot. Regardless of if they were easy or hard to raid. But like I say, if I found a freebie in the meantime, I would definitely have taken it. But I'm glad that I found this base because this is a lot of loot to find at once. And yeah, I was farming in gold too, as you can see at this point, and it was definitely successful. Unfortunately, my dragon is going to get killed with the very last shot that air defense managed to get out right before it was destroyed. But it doesn't matter though, because I do have a few hog riders left. I've even got my Barbarian King. If I need to, I can raid spell those hogs to make sure I get all the loot. But they should have enough time to go ahead and run around and 3-star this guy. So if you guys actually do enjoy this, if you want to see more videos like this where I show just easy bases to farm and drop cups on, leave a comment below. It's been requested for a while that I actually make a video like this. So if you guys do enjoy it, go ahead and leave a like if you did. Try to get this video to 100 likes within a day, and I'll go ahead and upload another video. I'm going to be doing a video on how to use gems efficiently. This is how to farm and drop cups efficiently. Well, I'm going to show a video on how to use gems efficiently. And if you don't know how to drop cups, basically you just go into your battle, drop a barbarian in the battle. Keep doing that until you're in the league that you want to be in. And anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy. I'll have the subscriber base review out soon. Stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Leave a like and leave a comment if you want me to turn this into an actual series. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.